The lights go off, and suddenly you're 12 again. Why does your brain wait until now to drag this up? You once waved back at someone waving at the person behind you. It happened years ago. No one on earth remembers it, but you. Yet here in the dark, your body flinches like it just happened. During the day, that memory doesn't exist. You're fine at noon, but the second your head hits the pillow, it plays in full detail. The wrong name you called your teacher, the joke that landed in total silence, and it always picks the most humiliating one. This isn't just your private weirdness. It's a real pattern on a schedule with a specific nighttime trigger. It feels like your brain chose the worst possible time on purpose, and in a way it did. This happens to almost everyone, and it doesn't come at night by accident. Think about your whole day. Your attention is booked solid from the moment you wake up. Messages, traffic, deadlines, a screen filling every empty second. All that noise crowds these memories out completely. There's no room on the stage for them. But when the lights go off, the outside load drops to zero. Nothing is pulling on you anymore. So your attention has nowhere left to point but inward, and a very specific part of your mind wakes up. Your brain has a setting for when you're not focused outside yourself. It turns on the moment you stop doing. Scientists call it the default mode network. It pulls your thoughts toward yourself, your past, and how you're seen during the day. Tasks keep it quiet. At night, it finally has the whole room to itself. But quiet alone doesn't explain the cruelest part. Why does it reach for your worst memory instead of a happy one? Here's the part that isn't fair. Your brain does not replay memories evenly. Think of the last great conversation you had. You laughed, it flowed, and you barely remember a word. But that one awkward line, you can still recite it. Your mind holds the bad far tighter than the good. That pull toward the negative has a name, negativity bias. And it isn't cruelty, it's protection. To your brain, being embarrassed isn't a small social slip. It reads it as danger, the risk of being pushed out of the group. That's why your face flushes and your stomach drops in real time. Your body treats a moment of shame like an actual threat. So neutral memories fade quietly. But mistakes that felt like rejection get flagged and kept. Your replay system marks them urgent and won't let them settle. And there's a reason that one awkward line refuses to go quiet. The answer is simple. Your brain hates unfinished things. A worry that feels solved goes quiet almost instantly. But a problem you never closed stays loud and keeps knocking. In the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zygarnik sat in a busy cafe. She watched the waiters take order after order without writing anything down. They remembered every dish for every table with no mistakes. But the moment a bill was paid, the order vanished from their heads. Ask them about a table that just left, and they drew a blank. The unpaid orders stayed sharp. The finished ones disappeared. Your mind does the same thing with an unfinished job. It keeps an open task on the desk, refusing to file it away. This became known as the Zygarnik effect, and an embarrassing memory is the ultimate unpaid bill. You never got to fix the moment or take the words back, so your brain treats it as a problem still waiting to be solved. That's why it feels urgent years later, like it happened tonight. The event ended long ago, but the case was never closed. So you play it again, searching for a better ending you'll never find. You loop over the same moment without ever solving anything. That looping has a name: rumination. Every replay tells your brain the case is still open. But here's what almost nobody realizes. Every time you replay it, you may be changing it. A memory is not a video sitting safely on a shelf. Every time you pull one up, it becomes soft and editable again. Think of opening a file just to read it. The moment it's open, it can change before it saves. Your brain does the same thing with a memory. Recalling it unlocks it, then quietly stores it again. Scientists call this reconsolidation, and it means the replay is never a perfect recording. So picture what happens at 2 in the morning. You pull up the memory feeling small and ashamed. That fresh cringe gets stitched right into the file. It saves back looking a little worse than the real moment was. Do that 100 nights in a row, and it grows. The awkward pause stretches longer than it ever really was. The stares feel harsher than any real face ever looked. Your worst memory may have been exaggerated by your own repeating. You didn't just remember the moment, you slowly rewrote it, which means the biggest assumption behind all of this might be wrong. Here's the truth that changes everything. This replay is not your brain punishing you, it's your brain trying to protect you. You thought it was pointless self-torture. It's actually a warning system doing its job to your brain. Losing your place among people is a real danger. So when you make a social mistake, it studies it. It reruns the moment to learn how to avoid it next time. That's what the replay is really for. It's your brain rehearsing so you don't get rejected again. But here's where the whole thing breaks down. Your brain cannot tell an old threat from a live one. The danger ended years ago, but the alarm doesn't know that. So it keeps sounding, night after night, for something already over. It's a smoke detector screaming at smoke that cleared long ago. The system isn't broken, it's just overcautious. It would rather warn you 1,000 times too many than miss once, so it drags up the memory again, trying to keep you safe. Every flinch you feel is that guard checking the same locked door. It never learned that no one is coming. Once you see the replay as an overcautious guard, the fear starts to loosen. So tonight, when that memory comes back, try one thing. Notice it for what it is, your guard sounding an old alarm. The panic is a warning about a danger that already ended. The moment is gone, and it can't hurt you now. And here's the part that should let your shoulders drop. The other person almost certainly forgot it that same day. In your head, the whole room was staring at your mistake, but everyone else was busy worrying about their own. You feel like the star of a scene no one else even watched, so next time it plays, name it in your mind. Say, "This is an old alarm, and the fire is already out." The same system that keeps you close to people keeps you awake replaying them. It only guards what it cares about most, and to your brain, your place among people matters that much. That flinch under the blanket was never a flaw in you. It's a guard that loves you a little too fiercely to rest, but not everyone hears that alarm at the same volume. Some people feel every awkward glance far more sharply than others. So why do some minds feel these signals so much deeper than the rest? Some people feel every glance and every rejection turned all the way up, and there's a real reason their alarm never quiets down. That video breaks it down right here on your screen. Subscribe to Where Why Begins for more strange reasons behind the things your mind does every day.